But the point of this video is, how do you avoid being a victim of Western countries' sanctions? The more we move towards self-dependency, the better it will be. We need to have a domestic alternative for almost everything that makes you dependent on some other country. And you don't have to apply this logic in personal relationship. Here I'm only trying to make you understand from geopolitical angle. You must have also seen in the news that MasterCard and Visa have suspended their services in Russia. These are credit card payment systems, and these are also American multinational financial service companies. Just imagine if a similar sanction is put on India or any other country. Can you imagine how much time will it take to disrupt your economy without these online payment options? Depending on how strong your country's economy is, it may take roughly 3 months to 6 months or maybe a year. Your domestic payment services will work, but you will face problems with overseas transaction. And when it comes to credit cards, the Indian market is dominated by Visa and MasterCard. That is why there is a big debate. Should a country allow a multinational company to enter and grow deep roots in their domestic market? That is why in India we have the RuPay debit and credit card. And then we also have UPI system developed by the National Payments Corporation of India. So like this, we need a domestic alternative to almost everything, so that tomorrow these multinational companies cannot dictate terms and conditions. We also need to have an alternative to internet as well. Google has also blocked its internet in Russia. And if at all for some reason you cannot have an alternative, then what a country should do is, they should create strong policies against these multinational companies for storing data locally and make them comply to it. This way they cannot pull the plug from their hometown. A local data center can be taken over and restarted in case of emergency. That is why you will notice that Google, Facebook, they do not have data centers in India. Amazon has a data center in India, but mostly you will find that big multinational companies of United States are not usually in favor of building a local data center. So anyhow, in the wake of the Russian financial crisis, it is very important for countries to evaluate and create self-dependent ecosystem so that they don't become a victim of Western countries' sanctions and assert power without compromising on values. A good example is look at China. It is immune to the Western sanctions to a great extent. That is why whenever United States puts sanctions on China, it hardly makes a difference to China. China over the years has made huge efforts to shield its economy from all these tricks. And by the way, China also does the same thing what United States does. That is why I always say democracy is good, but too much democracy is not good. Democracy basically means openness. Being open also leads to exploitation. You may have good intentions, but not everyone has it. Similarly, you may be a critical thinker, but not everyone is a critical thinker. And after a point, it will lead to vulnerability. And that's how terms and conditions are dictated. That is exactly why the Indian government has banned many Chinese apps.